I love it. I love it. And tell me, what's your web festival?
Yeah, my name's Allison Maldonado, and I'm the producer and the host of the Vintage Voyageur, which screened earlier today, and it's a sartorial how-to show on vintage shopping.
Oh my God, that's such an amazing idea. I love that. And this vintage?
Yes, it is. I actually got this from a collector. They're not featured on our show, but from a collector that's in Detroit. And she sent it to me. We're friends on Instagram, and she knew that this event was going on, so she sent it for me. And then I have some Tom Ford shoes on, and then a really, really fun little tassel-y purse. I figure it's okay if I talk about what I'm wearing since I have a vintage show. It's a little bit different than on the red carpet, people being asked what they're wearing. But, yeah. Well, I'm a performer originally. I've always been in the musical theater realm, and I've had some good success with that. But I wanted to make something that combined everything that I love all into one. And so I got thinking, what's something that does that, and what am I good at outside of performing? And I thought, well, I'm really good at putting an outfit together. I love vintage. There's so many different types of vintage stores out there, and a lot of people don't now know how to go to vintage stores, and they don't really know, how to get started on shopping and how to find something original. So I thought, let's put a show together about it. And the cool thing is, too, it kind of morphed from being all about just fashion to then morphing into being more about small business and what these amazing vintage stores are doing in their community to help out and just raise awareness about how important it is to wear sustainable fashion.
And another key concept is you have to have patience to go into these stores, because it's like you get overwhelmed. Like sometimes it's like, where do I go? It's like you need to actually have a how-to. It's a great idea.
Absolutely, yeah. And every single episode is filmed very, very organically. We go in, we film, we don't really have a concept at the beginning about what each episode is going to be about. But then, in the editing process, we kind of look at what we have, and then I think about the experience as a whole, and I write the episode according to the footage that we actually have. And so it turns into this really wonderfully kind of organic thing, and the lessons that I give in each episode are really, really what I learned in each location. And luckily a lot of people have come forward and said, oh, it did teach me this, and I've learned that I can do this, and I don't feel totally overwhelmed when I go in somewhere. So it's very exciting. So.
Amazing. So how long did it take to come into fruition, this project?
Oh my gosh. Well, I had the idea literally about 2.5 years ago now, but I didn't actually put the pedal to the metal until about a year ago. Once that all started, I got in touch with a great friend of mine who is a fantastic videographer. He's also a performer. He couldn't be here tonight because he's doing Mean Girls, actually, that's coming to Broadway next month. It's amazing. So, but we got together, and I was like, I have this idea. Will you help me? And we ended up filming. I mean, it was like the next week I started cold calling people, and about 2 weeks later we were actually in the stores filming. We filmed 7 episodes in the course of, I think, a month, and then started releasing the episodes on YouTube. And then this year it actually transferred over to Amazon Prime, and we were able to go across the country with it too. So it's been very exciting. It's been a great whirlwind.
Well, I can't wait to go home and watch it. It sounds so exciting.
Absolutely. And to be here is so wonderful.
Awesome. Well, if you could tell our fans where they can find you via social media and all that good stuff.
Yeah, yes, you can find me at the Vintage Voyageur on Instagram. I'm super duper active on there. You can do the same on Facebook, and you can watch our show on Amazon Prime, free with your Prime account. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it's so wonderful.
Do you have a business card on you? I'll send you the interview.